team to take it all. Everything on the line, the three-face mask versus the team born to win. Let's head over to the final game of this best of 3 series.
Oh man, I just also realized that the Arlet is on the losing side here. It's a
yeah, exactly. It's a Yuzong versus an Arlet. That's why Zephyr picked it up in the first place.
And Lapu Lapu was not really a good matchup against the Arlet. Now, not only it secures, maybe you have to wait a little. 1v1 RF.
Whoa, Arfi!
Wow.
That's an early solo kill. Shive miscalculates the damage, and that's just gonna be an advantage for the three-face mask here.
Man, if you have a Granger on the other side of the map, the last thing you want is for the Granger to snowball. Luckily, there's no Sky Piercer yet, so it doesn't include as a stack, but in the mid lane, there is some damage being brought onto the side of Alter Ego, and it looks like Navi will be the ones to be able to rotate around first.
Man, you hate to see it as a Navi nation because add that to a lot of resume of the lowlights that Shive has been making this season. That boosts Arfi's potential by a lot. Not only that, Shive will be late to the party. Shive will be late to his item power spike because he missed out on, I believe, 2 minion and 1 gold card as well. Emblem though by Bayou, so far nothing too crazy. The marksman emblem still for Yazuki, and look at this!
Oh my lord. The collapse is beautiful, the setup is beautiful. Alec, no time. I mean, Afro, no time to respond there. And that's just 2 kills already on the board here. We're not even 2 minutes in.
That's why I said the Belleric makes a bit more, not a bit more sense, makes sense just a little bit. Because at this point, oh my god.
Oh my god, they got
away.
a solo kill in the gold lane, they got a kill in the mid lane, and they got a kill in the top lane as well. Alter Ego all across the boards here, just doing crazy stuff.
Oh man, yeah, back to my point earlier because the early game seems like a lost cause for Navi. They have the Leomord, they have the Hilda, they have Yuzong, they have too much early game potential and damage. So at that point, do you want to just concede it and play for the late game? But no, they still want to go!
They still want to go, and it's 4 kills already, plus the turtle. And they will go for Shive now. Shive under the turret, Shaman Force. No waves to clear, that's a flicker. Oh my goodness. 2 kills already, 4 on him.
2,200 goldie for Alter Ego now. Audience prediction, 78% of you think it will be Alter Ego to take this as well. And right now it's looking really good. RP, instead of going Sky Piercer first, goes for the Hunter Strike. And even then, everything is going according to plan for Alter Ego. I mean, we talked about the drafts, we talked about how everything really banked on the early game. Yasuke getting things done, he has a kill under his belt. Even the Odette is working. Not the best of clears from the Odette, but the passive is actually working quite well. Really good at zoning away, poking Ukir, and allowing and facilitating that death, I believe, earlier on for Ukir.
This is just a full-on recipe to a nightmare of a game for Navi. Not only they lose out on the gold lane and also EXP lane matchup at the same time, the mid prio is handled by Alter Ego by a landslide, and this is Odette we're talking about. Usually you get kills in a clumped up team fight in a turtle battle, but no. So far the Odette has been literally everywhere, punishing Navi all over the place. 2k gold lead already in 4 minutes. Not looking very good, and Yazuki is still as aggressive as ever. He's not gonna pump up the brakes just a little bit.
The positive note is to look at Andoryu's level, right? He's at level 7. I know you said that Leomord has a little bit of an advantage when it comes down to neutral objective takes, but the idea that Andoryu is still keeping up despite the gold gap means that there is still room for Navi to look for a turnaround. It looks like they're setting up for it as well, right? They're prioritizing the rotations from the Arlet to get into the turtle pit. Afro goes for something, actually misses, actually he gets it.
Oh yeah, on towards you know that will be the burst damage coming on towards the Yuzong and Alec. But take a look at the Swan Song. Now Ukir pops it as well. He will fall there, Cyrus, as the Alter Ego's compensation is just a turtle! But Arfi finds a kill. And Navi, they will look for something, but finally, something on the board for Navi. 3 important kills, and they are eyeing on the mid lane. Oh, Alter Ego Did they fumble the early lead?
That might be the case, but I gotta say, I don't blame Nino at all. That was as good as a play, as good of a micro mechanic that you can execute on the Yujong. First of all, you evade the initial knockup, and not only that, you are playing it super safe by popping the Black Dragon immediately. But Apro, if you were late just a tad of like 1 millisecond, that could have gone south for Navi. So I gotta commend the braveness from Apro at the time.
Seems like even though Alter Ego got wrecked from that last team fight, but their pressure is still evident.
Yeah, he's also staying very active as well. If we're scrolling back to Afro, looked for another play, unfortunately unable to go for the execute
Oh my
just yet.
God.
Damage not quite there, but are you oh my godding the gold lead?
Yeah. It's been 6 minutes, my dude. You shouldn't have this kind of advantage.
Wait, so the entire gold lead is on RP?
On RP. And Afro now all alone, isolated, should be taken down here, no problem from the side of Alter Ego. But I mean, cheating, yeah, that was a solo and he got taken down again. So that 2K, right? Definitely on RP's back.
He has a Sky Piercer now,
Uh-huh.
so he can work with that.
Oh, he definitely can work with that, and that gold lead is definitely making him almost invincible at this point. And some of the criticism that Alter Ego has been given is they're RP merchants. If RP does good, the whole team does good. But at this point, you gotta embrace the RP merchant, man. He is Alter Ego.
He is speed popped by Yazuke. Two members from the side of Navi deleted. And that's just Cyrus taking the kill. Yazuke claims the new, and they will respond with the mid-tier siege. Yazuke pops, no, Ukir pops the steed. Alec, who is A-okay, and that's just the structure taken down, and Yazuke clears the clamps.
I personally think that they can't play like that, right? Alter Ego's AoE damage is brutal because of Cyrus. And the fact that you have RP from behind being able to be the shutdown, the killer, the executioner, or whatever you want to call it, as he also gets actually a stack for that Sky Piercer as well. Navi needs to find a way to go for pickoffs maybe before they go for full 5v5 team fights if they want the neutral objective.
I think that was the idea, Eterna. They want to go for a single Tsunami Slam on towards one, but at the same time, Alter Ego. That's why I said, man, this Leomord just enables Alter Ego so much. Yazuke is one with Leomord. He is the Leomord. Because the punish is immediate. The Phantom Steed, you see the Black Dragon form. Also, the way that Alter Ego gap close to these team fights are ridiculously fast.
So right now, Navi just don't have the damage to burst anyone fast enough.
They gotta play with the turret aggro, I think, and hoping for someone that's overextending. Ideally, Yazuke, you know, once you get a bit too overheated with the Phantom Steed, and that's an easy Tsunami Slam for Apro. And once you get that guy to the turret aggro, you can chain CC him with a lot of the stuff that Navi has, but obviously easier said than done. This is building up towards another fast Alter Ego game, already 6K gold lead, and I gotta say, man, we're not really ruling out another RP Savage at this point.
That's true. That's true. He already has one stack under his belt. Who's to say that he will get another? The difference is, Alec not really a setter type of hero, right? Neither is Nino, so they are maybe looking for more counter engage compared to Navi, who wants to look for more openings in these team fights. So I don't know if Navi can play patient enough. I think Navi still have a chance though.
Chance, definitely, but I think Alter Ego, if they play it, you know, correctly, no overzealousness, no overextension, this should be their game to lose. There's no way they're fumbling this lead unless they're not checking the push, which Andoryu get away from Alec. Good housekeeping from Alec.
Free Lord.
Free Lord indeed. And with almost 10 minutes of game time here, Navi, their space is definitely getting smaller and smaller here. Alter Ego, they're just suffocating Navi right now. And you can see the desperation of farm and Doryu and stuff. And yeah, 3K gold lead is a lot.
Dog, he's probably like 2 minutes away from a BOD, and that's
a gap.
Maleficor is a huge power spike for Creature users, by the way. Like, once you get that, literally everything in the front line is available. And when you get this lead, compared and also combined with the potential VOD that's going to be secured for RP, Alter Ego can once again just brute force their way to inhibitor turrets. And there you go. Not even 2 minutes. It's been 30 seconds since I said that.
There's no defense as well from Navi to even prevent that from
Yeah,
going through, penetrating through.
you're right. There's no big body from Navi. There's no Hylos. There's no Gatot Kacha. These two are just setters. Yes, there's some healing from Kalea, but mostly this is just initiators. And you don't want to get the initiators as slow as possible before the team fight even begins. And at this
Right.
point, like, a trade of RP kill towards a roamer is still, you know, maybe like, for example, Nino gets killed, but RP gets a kill towards Apro. You'd think that it's a winning trade for Navi, but the Sky Piercer, you
Yeah.
gotta account to that either.
That's why. That's the problem. Oh,
That's a concealed
Steal?
for an attempt. They will siege though, as the turret in the bottom side should be taken down. Navi will clear the mid. They get the far lane here, but it's still just a 10k gold lead.
they're just zoning. They're just utilizing those resources to zone because even if they don't want to commit under turret or for the siege, they know that they have the far lane anyway to play with. Navi, they're going to be playing this Lord on the back foot even worse than they were before. So if 10k gold was not enough for Alter Ego, they're going to make it a little bit harder for Navi to control that far lane. And essentially, they don't have a lineup that can really control the far lane either. They have, remember, Alter Ego have the Hilda. Someone that can rotate, roam very quickly around the map. So they're going to be able to take control of the far lane quite easily. Meanwhile, for Navi, who do they have? Who do they send?
It has to be a combination of people, man. I don't think 2 is enough either for Navi. At this point, they are trapped in an Iron Maiden, Navi. A single move outside of the second tier turret, which they don't really have anymore, is gonna kill you. And I like the itemization from RP because he knows that he is gonna be the main target for Apro most of the time, and he's rocking a Purify. Push comes to shove, he still has that get out of jail free card with that Winter Crown, and no one's gonna be able to lock him down. 10k gold lead already, and Navi will not be able to get even close. There's not a single brain cells that thinks that they should contest for that Lord. And that's the right call.
Can they clear? They have a Valentina, very close combat type of hero, not long range at all. I guess they have Shive, but even on Doryu as well, if they want to go for the clear, they have to get a little close and personal. Very, very, very close, and that actually facilitates Alter Ego to look for a set, especially for Cyrus.
Yeah. And look at the goal lead all over the place. Nino, Black Dragon form.
To seek information and to potentially siege members. Navi defended their top lane. That's going to be Lord already jumping. Oh, that's an engage. The firepower is just too much. And Doryu, though, finds Alec. So with the 5v4 here, Alter Ego, they will shift their focus towards destroying the mid lane turret. Navi defense! Finds a two-man final slash. That's Nino caught. Navi, they can fight for another day.
Yeah, they live to fight for another day. The fact that Kars was able to look for that opening allowed Alter Ego to think, all right, 4v5, we might be able to do it with this lead. But 3v5, maybe it's a little too much. We don't want to overextend. We don't want to give the opening over to Navi. It's actually allowing Navi to get more resources under their belts. And we're heading soon, very, very soon, into the late game.
Yeah. And now, some free turrets for Navi. Gold is actually shifting, shifting just a little bit for Alter or for Navi at this point. Pressure used by Andoria. Look at the chase from Alec.
Yeah, they want to close the gap here. Navi, though, still able to keep their distance. 70 seconds on the clock. Both teams are just slowing their own tempo before the next Lord hits. But Andoryu, man, props, you know, still deathless this game.
Yeah, that's something that Navi can definitely build upon, but I don't know if it's... I think it's a bit too late for that. The next Lord is about to come up, and even though the far lane switches from bottom lane to top lane, Alter Ego still has a lot of advantage in terms of map. As we're going to look at the items here from both sides, it looks like Cyrus is going for a bit more conservative build with the Winter Crown as well, because he knows that it's going to be up close and personal with the members of Navi. And we saw it earlier, Eterna, the interaction between Final Slash and also the Swan Song. It definitely canceled it, but Alec, beautiful flank.
Now that's a stun. Ukir
whoa,
bursts
whoa,
it down! That's getting Ukir off the board! And Dori now repositioned as Izuke is eyeing on the jungler of Navi. Is he able to get out? For now, it's a 5v4 before the Lord spawns. So Alter Ego just always able to pull the trigger before the neutral objective spawns.
Yeah, perfectly timed. 22 seconds for Ukir to spawn back into the Land of Dawn. And I think at that point, it will be too late. Alter Ego should be able to blitz this Lord uncontested from Navi. And even Alec is still in the area to give information over to Navi, or Alter Ego rather.
Yeah, Apro at that time he was just standing still in the bush because I think he knows that it's unsalvageable, the kill towards Ukir, and he's just trying to damage control. Doesn't want to add another Skypiercer stack potentially for RP, which is not really that much currently. So Savage is still in the table for RV, but it's gonna be even harder from now on because he does not have that snowball in terms of kill.
Does he really want more? He's already the ¡1 player in MPL Indonesia all time that holds the most savages.
Yeah,
He
and
has
it's been
5
2
savages.
years.
Exactly. He's not a new player.
He is called the Executioner for a reason, Eterna. Skypiercer, like I think.
He's a spa.
He's a spa?
Yeah,
Skypiercer abuser.
yeah.
Oh,
The spa.
I don't like that.
8,000 gold earlier, now back up to 9,000, almost hitting that 10,000 mark. We're talking about Skypiercer. It looks like Andoryu has some stacks of his own, but still very low, only 20.
Just a couple, right? Just a couple in the 10s. That's the Black Dragon for Pops. That's the Petrify on towards Cars. Will reposition. That's a Terrify under the turret. Alec taking a lot of heat. Has a Mortality Final Slash, but the base is threatened. That's going to be Sun Cars giving his life up. That's going to be the clear. That should be the clear for Navi. The reposition from Afro was a little bit too late, as he will also be taken down. Alter Ego, they have another wave they can use to end this series. Let's see Navi. The spawn of minions actually helped. Izuki pops a steed. They're taking it slow here as Navi keeping it tight. And Duri finds a kill, but that's a shutdown. And ladies and gentlemen, Shive finds a kill. One more minion just to delay. Alter Ego should be able to end in this wave. And Alter Ego has successfully found the formula.